All right, legs today. Let's go. All right, so starting with back squats today. A little different than what I did earlier in the week, which was high bar squats. So the difference for back squat is the bar moves down a couple of inches, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it makes your body move in quite a different way to keep its center of mass. So instead of being more of a quad dominant squat, it ends up being an ass squat. So it feels quite different to do it this way than it would, the high bar squat. Plus the depth isn't quite as much. It just doesn't work out because otherwise you'd just be leaning over way too much. So another thing I've noticed while doing these videos and seeing, my form and everything is that it ends up, the bar just leans to the right a bit more, or the weights lean to the right. Not exactly sure why. It probably has something to do with my shoulder tightness or lat tightness in the left or right side is more dominant, so I gotta figure that out. But it doesn't really feel like a big deal, so I'm not too worried about it, but it's probably not the best thing to have that imbalance because I'm sure the leg muscles are working differently for that reason as well. And it's going to create an imbalance over time, especially as you keep adding weight and reps and such. So probably going to try to figure that out. So next we're doing Sissy Squats. This time I'm doing it elevated, whereas last cycle I wasn't doing it. I was just doing it on the ground and touching my knees to the ground. So I'm still trying to touch my knees to the ground. But the reason I changed it is because I was getting too high in the reps to make it work the muscles properly. I was going over 20 reps, and there's nothing wrong with doing that. I just hate going that high because it's such a cardio killer, and you can still build muscle doing that. It's just not my preference. So I like to go a bit lower reps. So right now I'm trying to hit from, say, 12 plus reps. If I end up getting up to 20 again, I'll probably elevate it even more. But I'm starting to like this move a lot, and it's starting to feel really good on my knees. Like they're strengthening my knees in all the ranges past my toes now, which I never had before. So this is a great move to throw in if you haven't tried it yet. And I think there's something to be said for body weight movements when it comes to stability and just moving your body, not just a weight. So there's definitely some carryover doing body weight stuff to the weights, but it's a separate thing sometimes. All right, now we're on to RDLs. So I was having some issues last time with my form, and it didn't feel good. I was getting a pump in my back and not feeling in my hamstrings that much. So same thing happened today. So I actually decided to take this move out. So I'll show you the sets I did, but I'm not going to do it going further just because it's not working my hamstrings like I wanted to. So I have to find a different movement now. So here's another set. Still feeling like crap. I always feel like the bar just kind of tries to go way too far in front of me. Even if I pull it towards me, it feels like it's working my back more than it is my legs. So that moves out. Replace it with the single leg RDL. So RDL, Romanian Deadlift, or stiff leg deadlift, they're pretty much the same thing. This one I'm still kind of feeling out, but once I figured it out, it felt pretty good. So I ended up getting it in one hand on the same side that I'm balanced on, and that felt the best. I did try the other way just to feel it out, but it wasn't quite what I needed. So you'll see me playing around because this is a new move, but I did like it at the end. And I also really enjoy the way single leg or single arm movements feel. Just requires some balance and works the muscles quite differently. And you don't have to use so much weight, but you still get the effect that you're after. And they usually help your bigger lifts out, just because it does fix some imbalances and stability issues that you might have. All right, and we're just finishing off with some face pulls. Definitely throw this move in at least once a week. It just works the back of your shoulders and your scapula quite well, so I like to throw it in because it keeps your shoulders healthy basically. And that's pretty much wrapping up this workout. It was pretty good first week, so happy with it. All right, leg day's done. Not too much volume, but it's hard as hell because it's still leg day. All right, see you next time.